when we talk about monetizing, which is what I wanted to come back to.
Yeah.
How important is that for you, and when is the right time to do that, do you think, when you're building a personal brand?
I feel like, so obviously on YouTube, monetize straight away because you can, do you know what I mean? But when it comes to, because funny enough, I have turned down some gigs where they've offered me money, say for example, to do promotions for, I don't know, their brands and stuff, but the reason I've turned it down is because it doesn't really relate too well to what the kind of brand that I'm trying to build. So say for example, a makeup company came to me, like if they're offering me £500, it doesn't really make sense for me to put that on my channel. People are going to be looking at me crazy, like, what are you doing? So yeah, I know it's £500.
I'd love to see a makeup
but
from you.
I mean, I could probably spin that.
I think you could.
Yeah, boyfriend does makeup challenge. I do something like that.
Himself.
Yeah. But yeah, you've got to know when's the right time to make money. That's the thing. It's got to relate to you. So then there's other people who have come to me, like say companies, like I had a student company where they do the shopping for the students. They came to me, they offered me money to do something. That makes more sense. Yeah. Because my channel is to do with uni students and whatnot. That's helpful for my audience. And that way it's like, where I'm making money off them, I'm still entertaining and helping my audience. Yeah. I'm still going to grow. It's going to make sense. So you need to make sure that what you're monetizing relates back to your brand. Yeah. Because if it doesn't, people are going to think, okay, they're just here for the money. I haven't got time for this because it's nothing to do with me. Unsubscribe, stop following you, and you're going to ruin your brand because of that. Okay. Yeah.
And then, I guess from my perspective, monetizing on YouTube, as you said, is quite straightforward. You just play, you set your videos up so that ads can play over them. Yeah. But you know, like you said, sponsorships is really something that you have to think carefully about. Yeah, and I think when everyone's starting out, you know, if a brand approaches you and they want to pay you to do something, you're going to want to jump at the chance to do it. But yeah, always think about, in the long run, is this something I'm gonna look back at and think, why the hell did I do that?
Exactly. Yeah.
You know. Then the other thing is, I guess, things that can spin out of your personal brand. So we got some props today. So I'll start with you. In terms of, I guess, so you built a personal brand, yes. But from a personal brand, I guess, comes sub-brands. Yes. So why don't you talk to us about some of the sub-brands that have come from the cheeky lad next door empire?
So all thanks to...
Carry on.
Yeah. So thanks to YouTube and the success I had on it, I was able to fund, and funny enough, once again, it started, it was Christmas time. I said, I want a new challenge for the new year. I've done YouTube. It's going well. I want a new challenge. And I said, you know what? I'm going to do a clothing line the start of next year. Look at me now. I'm wearing it. I'm wearing it. Yeah. I've sold out probably about 4 big batches of orders. So it's been a success and it's still going. We've got another collection coming out. But
what is the clothing line name? Just so
Nocturnal London. Okay. @Nocturnal London on Instagram.
Back there.
Yeah. But yeah, so thanks to the foundation that I built and the fact that my brand was so strong and I was giving my target audience that I had built what they wanted, they supported me. Because I'm giving them what they want, they supported me. They saw that, okay, now he's trying to do something else. Let me buy a t-shirt, let me buy a jumper. And because I had that connection with them, it was, people like to support people that basically are giving them something. If you're there putting stuff out that they don't really care about, it doesn't matter how great your t-shirts and stuff are, they're not going to care too much about it. They can go ASOS, they can go Nike and get something nice there. But they're like, you know what, I like this guy. If they like you personally, they're going to help you out. Absolutely. And yeah, that's why I say making sure what you're monetizing, this goes back to monetizing, links in, because a lot of people get lost in the source and they're like, any brand that comes to you, you're going to get excited. Oh my God, a brand wants to work with me because of what I'm doing on YouTube. You can get excited, but then you got to think, will this affect the way people look at me? And will it affect what I want to do in the future? And other people that will approach me in the future as well.
This is true.
Because if you work with certain brands, other brands are going to be like, okay, he was working with them.
That doesn't really fit with us.
It doesn't look too good
Mm-hmm.
if we work with him.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
That is an interesting point you make, that as much as you say that the success of Nocturnal was because people supported you, but yes, it also did tie in with your audience. So,
exactly.
The clothing line itself is very much casual, or sport casual wear, very sports luxe.
Very uni friendly. A lot of uni students are buying this, and also Nocturnal London. What it stands for is a nocturnal lifestyle. We all know students. Sleeping pattern is a mess. That's why they relate to it. Nocturnal, they're like owls, awake at night, sleeping during the day, going out at night, sleeping during the day. So it all made sense, it all tied in. Once again, I linked the brand to my target audience, and that's what you've always got to do. You've got to be thinking about the people that watch you, the people that are interested in what you're doing. What are they interested in? What is their lifestyle like? And how can you cater to their lifestyle?
Absolutely. And I very much, I think I was quite inspired by that, and I was thinking, I guess I wasn't really thinking along the lines of sort of merchandise, because it would be very odd for me to come out with a t-shirt line. I could just be, or a clothing line, because in all honesty, that would probably more be something that maybe I'd collaborate with a brand on, like maybe a line of office wear, but not something I would do myself, per se. But
Any office we're looking for someone to collaborate
with. So I've always been passionate about reading and books and personal development, and I'd always wanted to be an author. I had a poem that I wrote published in a book, and I was like, I need to carry on with this, because that was when I was 12 or something.
Must be nice.
It was not the best poem, I'll be honest with you, but it was about the future, funny enough. And then I said, okay, I'm going to write a book. And I was like, the book needs to be something that is a topic that's going to be around for some time, a topic that I can identify with, and a topic that I know my subscribers are interested in. So, in comes Law of Attraction Hacks, 5 simple steps to manifest the life of your dreams. So this I wrote originally as an like an ebook, basically. And I was like, you know what, I want to write a book, and I knew that Amazon did something called Kindle publishing, where you could basically write a very short book, upload it, and people could read it on their Kindles. So I was like, people always love the Law of Attraction videos. I've used the Law of Attraction to kind of change the course of my life and like just basically bring about so many different opportunities. I was like, let me write in a very short form like what I've done, and put it into book form, and you know, make it out there for people, put it out there for people to purchase it. And that had a great response. And it's also an additional income stream. It's like, it's very passive. Like, you write the book once and people can continue buying it for years and years and years to come. So you're kind of sleeping and making money, which is the dream, right?
Must
you
be
know?
nice, making money.
But the goal was, even if I sold 5 copies of the book, that I've put my thoughts and my life experience into something other than a video that's going to be more long-standing. And then people started asking for a paperback, so I did the paperback version. And that won't be the last book that I write, because being an author is also something I've always been wanting to do. So it has to correlate with who you are. I like reading, so therefore, and I also like writing, so therefore I would write a book.
Exactly.
I have a blog, but I kind of fall in and out of love of writing in that kind of style. I just like it to be a bit more meaty or not do it at all. So for me, like, monetizing my passion was also about doing things like that, and also working with fashion brands on sponsored videos, or lifestyle brands on things that I would use in my everyday life. So that's monetization in a nutshell. Vision. Well, where do you see things going? You kind of covered that. And then top tips. So I guess to kind of wrap up the video, why don't you tell everyone about your vision? Like, what would be the end goal for the Cheeky Lad brand? Bearing in mind that it's kind of evolved. So, I mean, so you have to add Ribbon on Snapchat because there's a lot of things we haven't mentioned, like catchphrases. Some people like name their subscribers, which is a way to brand yourself. But talk to us a little bit about how things like the legacy, Pinkies, and all of that stuff came about.
Oh God, how did it come about? Actually, it's an interesting story how the legacy came about. So, exactly a year ago, I was in a relationship, which fell apart. So things ended, and from that point on, I was like, see, no one really knows what the legacy actually is. So there's this thing I have on Snapchat, #TheLegacy, and the legacy is to always sleep alone, which I do. I always sleep alone, and I have been since last year. And the reason I started that was because I wanted to, basically, funny enough, I wanted to stunt on my ex. Let me be honest. Yeah, everyone loves to stunt on their ex. So I wanted to build myself and be such a better version of myself from when she left me, so that when she next sees me, it's like I'm a completely different person. So always sleeping alone. Basically, the reason why you do that is to preserve energy for more important things. So that's where it started.
So when you say always sleeping alone, you mean not sleeping around?
Yeah.
Okay.
It means no funny business.
Yeah, okay.
Because that takes up a lot of your feng shui.
Which, funny enough, if your brand, your personal brand, is someone who caters to students, especially university students.
I mean, jigs up.
Alright. So, so for someone who has a brand that caters to students, sleeping alone as a young heterosexual male must be tough, especially when you have quite a following and on the fitness side as well.
It is tough, but it's all about willpower. And what you need to understand is that, mate, uni's a wild place. So if I can be a positive influence on people and tell them you don't have to go sleeping around, which most people think uni's all about, then that's a great thing, you know. I'm not just about this cheeky lad who's out here, you know, having so much fun, you know, always talking to girls and whatnot. I have to educate the fellow males in the right way. So we can say no to females. Yeah. So
it's about setting a good example, maybe having a positive message.
Yes. Okay. It's something. Because you need someone there to be like, do you know what? You don't, because there's so much. Oh, and here's the thing: there's so much pressure on young males to be getting females, be sleeping with females. Oh, what's your body count? You always hear that question. I don't care. My body counts. I'm going to say my body counts 1, yeah? Let's just put it out. Let's say that's what it is. Okay. No one needs to know what it is. I would be proud to say I'm a virgin, which a lot of guys will be like, oh, you're a virgin, or they'd be worried if people found out they were a virgin.
Yeah.
Good on you if you're a virgin, but that's really going off. Yeah, we're going off topic here.
Okay.
This is about branding. But that's pretty much what the legacy is about. But
so would you say that is like a sub-brand?
It's definitely a sub-brand, and it's something that has really gone international. Like there's another hashtag, Pinkies Up. And funny enough, today I was with my sister. Yeah. We were in
a prime example of this brand.
We were in a shopping centre, Lakeside. And a guy, a random boy, he's in 6th form, I think. Yeah,
very much your target audience.
And I think he recognised me, but I wasn't sure. So I kept walking. Then I looked back, and he's there. He's got his pinkies up in the air, and he just letting me know I know you. And I was like, yeah, I threw my pinkies up as well.
So what is Pinkies Up for those that don't know?
Pinkies Up is basically just. It's quality. When you put your pinkies up, it's quality. You know, you're seasoning something. If you put your pinky, if you put your pinkies up at a female, she's quality. Yeah.
Okay.
But I put my pinkies up at my bed because my legacy is quality and it's real.
Got ya.
Yeah.
Okay. So these are all like catchphrases and like almost like a secret language that you have with your followers.
With my following, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Great. And that is something that I haven't done because I think that works for the age range and for the audience that you're targeting. But if I started, you know, coming out with really it has to be appropriate, and you have to know your audience. So I think that is the importance of knowing your audience. You knew that people would like to have a little in joke.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
It's
a private joke that you have your.
Because how you build a community.
Exactly.
Almost,
yeah. And some people do it through, like you said, their name. They name their subscribers. Yeah. I didn't really want to do that because I feel like, I don't know, that's just a bit. I don't like to think of my subscribers as fans, like, because I always, whenever I see someone who recognizes me, I just treat them as like they're just a friend. Yeah, that's literally it. That's why I didn't want to have a name for them, but we can have our own little private joke, and it just ties in nice with the brand. Simple.
I hear that. Yeah. So I guess why don't we round it up, because the battery's flashing, with your 3 top tips for building a personal brand.
All right. Can we pause it, because I didn't think of any tips.
Okay, so I guess mine would be number 1. It has to relate to what you kind of believe in or what you embody as a person. Yeah. Number 2, you have to know your target audience. Yes. So who are you targeting with the brand, and does the whole thing like marry up? And number 3, I think for it to be worthwhile, you have to build on it. It has to evolve. You have to take it on a journey. Yes. And where you're going to be on day 1, and you know, towards like, or 5 years down the line, could be 2 completely different places, but you have to be willing to go on a journey with it. Yes. I think it's important to have a vision in mind, but I think as with life, you know, things just, there's never a straightforward path to success. Yeah. So just be open-minded and take the journey with it. Yeah.
What I will say, just to add on to that, is make sure it's natural, because it's very hard to keep up a fake facade. Yeah. Don't try and be someone that you're not.
Like The Legacy.
That's real. Yeah, you're definitely. That's the thing. You'll get caught out. If it's not you, you will get caught out, and at some point you're gonna hit a brick wall. Yeah. Where it's like, because it's not you, you're like, oh God, what do I do next? What do I do next? If it's natural, it's just, you're basically just living your life and showing them. Yeah. And that's the best bit. If you build a brand that's a journey of your life, your brand will actually never end, and it will keep evolving.
Excellent. Yeah. Okay, well, I mean, I guess if you guys have any other questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll put all Ruben's, Cheeky Lad Next Door's social handles in the description box below, so you can reach out to him personally and ask him any questions. We had a great idea for a new series that I'm going to do on here, which is excellent. Yeah.
I will be the first.
Ruben's going to be, he's a volunteer to be the first feature. Yeah. So stay tuned for that. But otherwise, thank you for watching. Subscribe to both of our channels for more content.
100%.
And I'll see you in my next video. And
keep your pinkies up. So your boy Cheeky Lad Next Door. Thank you for having me.
Okay, bye.